Key to containing the spread of COVID-19 is contact tracing, finding everyone who may have been exposed. Those efforts are the responsibility of the provinces and territories. But the federal government has offered its support. Now the Prime Minister is asking why regions haven't taken full advantage of his government's offer. Couteur reports.
I'm going to bring you into a room now, okay?
As public health agencies across the country try to get ahead of the second wave of COVID-19, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau says his government is doing all it can to help. In an interview with CJOB Radio in Winnipeg, he says that federal money and manpower is available, but in some cases, he's waiting for provinces to pick up the phone.
We gave them $19 billion over the summer so that they could ramp up their testing. Unfortunately, not every province has hit the agreed to targets. In terms of contact tracing, we've made available federal employees that only are waiting for an ask from the provincial governments to come in and actually do more contact tracing.
Must not be talking about Ontario because we're kicking everyone's butt on testing.
Ontario Premier Doug Ford proudly pushed back on the Prime Minister's comments, but clearly contact tracing was an issue because Ford also announced the hiring of 600 more people.
We've hired 100 new contact tracers this week alone. We'll have almost 4,000 boots on the ground supporting our contact tracing efforts this fall.
Still, Ford's announcement and the Prime Minister's comments highlight the jurisdictional gap in this pandemic.
Well, it does sound like a frustrated Prime Minister.
This former federal health minister says Trudeau is dealing with the fallout of refusing to use the Emergency Act to take control of the response.
So you now depend on the goodwill of the premiers and the ministers of health to get the stuff done.
Leaving the response as a regional responsibility has allowed provinces to implement targeted public health measures. But COVID-19 fatigue is becoming a serious problem in certain regions. In Alberta, some aren't cooperating with contact tracers.
If we are not able to trace contacts and prevent the virus from spreading, the impacts will continue to grow.
Let's hope that warning will get through to people so that more drastic measures, like another forced lockdown, aren't necessary. Couteur, Global News, Ottawa.